find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Chubb on the counter. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. To throw, Mayfield. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And hard running is going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. To throw, Cousins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Malik McDowell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mayfield looks to throw. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Waddle. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. A give. This is Chubb. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 83 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Jarvis Landry now in his 4th year with Cleveland, a 5-time Pro Bowler. No one plays harder in the league, and he's only missed 1 game in 7 years. He does what he always does, makes a nice catch there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb, and unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield going deep here for Landry. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Browns. Jarvis Landry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here we go, G. Right there, 54, right there, right there. Hey, Lloyd 33. Get in the weight room.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Able to find Switzer. And he is going to have a Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 6.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mike. 180. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Mayfield on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And again, it's Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Cousins. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. Mike 4. Mike 4. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Cousins now. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The kick by Joseph is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Hatch it. Black. Under crunch.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. To throw is Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
Mayfield complete to Anthony Schwartz. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Browns.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
No.
Here's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, here we go. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Mayfield now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Shifts by him. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action, Cousins. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. It's complete to Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And it will tie our game here in the 3rd. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Handoff comes to Chubb. Making the tackle there, the former Giant, Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A run for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's...
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. On 1st down, Cook. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 39.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Handoff comes to Cook. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Black.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Cousins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
4 down.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. Touchdown, Vikings! KJ Osborne. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down at 4, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Fighting through at the 25. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 4. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check. Hey, Steamer. Kill.
Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Two important parts to that play. One, you get a first down, obviously, Charles. Two, managed to get out of bounds.
Love the way you dissected that, but he threw it in the middle of the field. So they picked up the first down, but he had to work his way to the sideline to stop the clock. What a great effort.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
Here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. A lot of bulk out there, as you might expect, on that D-line to try to stop the run on second down. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Double tight. We got 4.
And they'll indeed take a knee.